Oh, well, it's time to talk about another series. Welcome to Calm Gamer. And today we're going to talk about Spyro the Dragon. Yep, that little bitty fire breathing and sometimes ice breathing dragon who is a purple dragon. So the first game we're going to talk about the original Spyro the Dragon. Before he was a toy and got his very own remake, Spyro was your basic platformer. And Spyro, at first, I thought was going to be one of those stupid kiddie games, believe it or not. When I went over to mom and dad's house for Christmas one time, they had me this package, and so I was like, okay, it's a new game. And I was like, what the heck is Spyro the Dragon? I thought this was going to be one of those lame kiddie games. At the time, I only had one game. Actually, did I have one game or two games? I don't remember, but the game was not Roller Coaster Tycoon, but Sim Theme Park. So I let it sit for a few days, and I'm like, do I really want to play this game? I think I had another game, but that was my go-to game. I was like, do I really want to play this game, or do I just want to let it sit there? And I let it sit there, and I let it sit there. Oh, I had Final Fantasy IX at that time, too. But I was like, I guess I'll give it a try. And I was floored at the graphics. I mean, this was back when Super Nintendo was still a thing. You know, I mean, we were hyped that Super Nintendo was 16-bit. But games like on PlayStation, that's right, there was on PlayStation, had cutscenes. It was just amazing. So I popped the disc in and greeted with probably one of my favorite cutscenes of all time. Now this was back when Sony had the which meant the game was loading up. That was pretty cool. I had a PS1 back then. My brother had the original PlayStation, and I'm like, I don't really want to get me a PlayStation. I really want to see what these games are about. Back then, my brother played Resident Evil, Legacy of Kain, and at the time, I didn't feel like playing those games. But I finally played them, and I was like, you know what? These aren't so bad. So, the story is Nasty Nork, a big guy, is tired of being picked on by the dragons. Now, let me be honest, the dragons kind of had it coming to them. Okay? Except for Spyro. Spyro didn't really do anything to him. So, they call him names, and then the nail in the coffin is when they call him ugly. Now don't worry, he doesn't kill the dragons. He crystallizes them. And the whole game is you gathering gems, eggs, and dragons. And you can't get past certain parts of the game until you've collected enough of those items. And there are bosses in the game. Now, the bosses were kind of cool. I mean, I did like some of them, like this tall shepherd that is an actual sheep in disguise. And you go throughout every realm, and you face these bosses. You don't really have to face them. The idea is just to go through each level, get the stuff they ask for, whether it be rescuing dragons, gems, get enough gems, or get dragon eggs. Toward the end of the game, you face Nasty Nork, and it's basically just a bit of a race. You race him to the end, and then you breathe fire on him. That's it. But then comes the reason you might want to try to get 100%. And that is Nasty's Horde. It's a giant bonus level. Now, I love bonus levels. There is one thing I don't like about that game, and that's the racetracks. Those things are hard to complete. You have little to no time to beat them, and in order to get everything in those things, guess what you gotta do? You have to get them all in one go. Why? Later games like Spyro Dragon 3, Year of the Dragon, which I'll be talking about in my third video on this series, it gets a little easier and there's more stuff to do in the levels. And again, the game's not terrible, but just having a special bonus area locked behind a 100%, it's like doing Lego games and saying, oh, you want to get this extra bonus level? Gather all the stuff. You didn't do that in Lego games. Why would you do that in Spyro games? But let me just say, Spyro Dragon, for as hard as it is not a bad game. I really like it. I like all the scenarios. I like all the stuff. Next time, we're going to talk about one of my favorite Spyro Dragon games, Ripto's Rage. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys on the next video.